Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what we got going on here today. As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, today's video is dealing with Young Dolph's legacy. Now, we all know that Young Dolph, he was authentic. And with that, he had a good work ethic that a lot of people in the game respected. That's why a lot of top rappers, when Young Dolph came in, they wanted to work with him. Matter of fact, they even gave him some features for free. And that's from T.I., Pee Wee the Longway, and Gucci Mane. Which we already know that Gucci Mane was the one that wholeheartedly took Young Dolph in. Because even Gucci Mane stated himself, he liked the Young Dolph mentality. That Young Dolph, he wanted to invest in himself so he could look out for his guys in his community. And that's what he did. But at first, Young Dolph, he was trying to bring on some peers that was around his age, but they wasn't respecting what he was doing. So that's when Young Dolph, he had taken a liking to the young cats, because since they looked up to Young Dolph, they listened to him. You understand? And that goes from Key Glock, Kenny Money, Snoop Bands, Paper Route Woo. You understand? I'm telling y'all, man, Young Dolph, he brought something different to the game that wasn't the same. Because we can all see a lot of rappers, they do the same thing, right? They got the same thought process. They believe that getting into criminal activity will actually enhance their rap career. But it's actually the other way around. Because the only thing that's going to do is put a stain on your own name. And that's where a lot of people is not going to want to work with you. And Young Dolph, he was aware of that. That's the reason why he taught all his artists and anybody that's associated to Paper Route how to properly handle themselves. And not just as rappers. I'm talking about professional businessmen. Because even Young Dolph understood that it's more to this than rap. That I could bring something different to my people than just rapping. I mean, a lot of us, we can do that with no problem. But at the same time, a lot of us can't make the same money from it. So let me put myself in a position to where I'm not just bringing guys on my team because they rappers. I'm bringing guys on my team because they understand how to be real businessmen. And Young Dolph, he was able to do that by investing. And I'm talking about investing in real estate, where we all know today that Young Dolph, he owned over 100 properties. And also Young Dolph, he made some big moves with some private investors. And that's the reason why before Young Dolph got sent up, he was talking about retiring from rap. Because he wanted to get in other aspects of the business world, where he can understand what it takes to make money in different avenues. Because all the fans and supporters of Young Dolph knew that was his mentality. And that was get money, stay fly, stay out the way, and make sure that everybody on your team is on a route to leveling up. So going back to the reason of this video, like I stated, man, we can all see that Young Dolph, he left a long-lasting legacy. And that's something that a lot of Young Dolph fans and supporters respect. And the reason why we're still seeing it is because of the Paper Route artists and the guys that's associated to Young Dolph's Paper Route empire. You understand? Because they never took their foot off the gas since Young Dolph got sent up. And I'm trying to tell y'all, man, there's a lot of Heavy Camp and CMG affiliates. They don't like that. They've been trying to bring Young Dolph to his demise ever since Young Dolph had disagreed that he wouldn't do a collab with Yo Gotti. So since then, Yo Gotti thought that, alright, you ain't gonna collab with me, your career ain't gonna go anywhere. But what Yo Gotti didn't know is that Young Dolph, he had drive, and he was blessed by the ancestors to be in the position that he was in. But guess what? He knew then if anybody wanted to take him seriously, he had to present himself in a professional manner. And that's what he did. Again, a lot of people thought when Young Dolph came in the game that he was there for 10 years already, but he wasn't. It's only because the way he carried himself. Matter of fact, before we get into it, let's pay our respects and say rest in peace to Young Dolph, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in Dolph land. Man, while y'all at it, why don't y'all go ahead and drop those Dolphs in the comments to show your love and support for Paper Route Frank. So how you feel about the Young Dolph legacy and what he left behind?
This Young Dolph legacy is really astonishing to witness. To think that even after he's sent up, all of his Paper Route artists and affiliates are all rising to the top in the industry. If you think back to a lot of other artists that may have signed other artists below them, if they ever are sent up, then all of the artists around them seem to crumble and lose motivation.
See, the thing is, a lot of people thought that when Young Dolph got sent up, that Paper Route was gonna fall right behind it. Because like they say, once the head is gone, the body will soon fall after.
Yes, so looking at all the Paper Route artists that have been thriving since Young Dolph was sent up, the first one that comes to mind for me is Key Glock. And Key Glock's mindset and work ethic is exemplified when we see the interview that he did. He did an interview a while back, and in that interview, they asked him, what would you feel about a Jay-Z collab? And he answered this question the way I never heard anyone answer it before, which is by saying, you know what? I really wouldn't be worried about a Jay-Z collab and rap. I want to collab with Jay-Z for a business venture. Now, to have the mindset and the foresight to understand how much more valuable a business venture would be with someone like Jay-Z rather than one verse on a rap song, that just speaks to the knowledge that Dolph was imparting on Key Glock before his untimely demise.
And that's real, because we can all see Key Glock, he got a work ethic similar to Young Dolph. That's the reason why Young Dolph had took him under his wing the way he did. Because again, Young Dolph, he seen early on what Key Glock could bring to the game. And a lot of fans and supporters of Paper Route, they loving it right now, man. I'm telling you. Because Key Glock, he's dropping an album like every 3 to 6 months. And not just that, he's making sure that everybody that's affiliated to Paper Route is on their grind as well. Because it takes a team to put you in a position to leave behind a legacy like Young Dolph did. So this what I'm trying to tell y'all. Anybody that's affiliated to CMG and Heavy Camp, they tired of seeing Young Dolph get all this love and praise after his untimely demise. Especially at a Memphis Grizzlies game where they play all Young Dolph music while Yo Gotti and his affiliates is in the building. Where Yo Gotti had one of his guys go to the booth to tell the guy stop playing the Young Dolph music all night. Again, that's how irritated Yo Gotti is when it comes to how much love and support Young Dolph is still getting. That just goes to show the type of person that Young Dolph was. That he wanted to see everybody around him win, not just himself. And a lot of people in the game, they don't have that type of mentality. Most of the people, they are inherently selfish. You understand? So that's the reason why they not spoke of highly like Young Dolph is.
And you also have to just witness the conglomerate that's resulting from Paper Route business. If we look at the tours that are going on, Key Glock is heading the tours now the way Dolph used to, and he's also bringing the whole camp with him. And then also, when you look at the promotion that they're doing for this tour, there's so much camaraderie. They are a very, very tight and united unit. Meaning to say that in interviews where even Key Glock is not present, other Paper Route artists such as Kenny Money, Moochie Grape, Snoop Bands, they're all speaking so highly of Key Glock and saying, man, I'm trying to get on that level. He stays in the studio, and they're looking to him as an example of what they can accomplish in the future. Rather than on some other camps we see that some of the artists on the bottom might be aiming for the artists at the top and really not wanting to see them win, instead wanting to take their place. And so that's the difference as far as how the relationships are within Paper Route.
See, she's saying the same thing that a lot of people already know and understand, which is Young Dolph, he has a lot of loyal fans. He has a deep, loyal fan base that's not compared to basically any other fan base, really. When you look at a lot of rappers that became independent, the only person next you can look to similar to Young Dolph is Nip. Nip with the All Money In and the Marathon Continues. Come on, man. That whole movement even helped Young Dolph Paper Route, because Young Dolph stated himself, he got a lot of good advice from Nip. You understand? So that goes to show these two guys, they had the same thought process. And that was, yeah, I'm here to better myself, but how do I better my family and my community at the same time? That's the reason why, if you look at it, both of those guys, they was taken out in their own hoods. Come Come on, man, that speaks volumes to the moves that they was making. You understand? So with that, always be aware and always stay prepared. But hey, we got more in store. As always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.